Hi, everybody. Welcome to Von Cupcake Yoga. I'm your host, Gretchen, and today we are going to use straps for our yoga practice. If you don't have a strap, that's totally fine. You can use a dog leash, a belt, or even like the tie from a bathrobe, but straps are really easy to find, and I always like to have blocks nearby. You may or may not use them, but they are there for you, and I always recommend it because sometimes we need to bring that ground a little closer to us. So let's get started, shall we? Let's bring our strap or whatever you chose to pick. And if you need to go get one, pause the video, come on back. But let's bring that strap right to the middle of our mat. You do you a future solid, because once you're down there, you're going to be feeling around looking for everything. Bring it right to the side of your mat. And let's come to lay down on our back. Take a moment and breathe here. Let your body adjust to being on the floor. Let those shoulders feel heavy. And everything I tell you today is a suggestion and not a command. Make any modifications for your own body as you deem fit, but I'll give you a few options to try. Any noises that might be around you, just kind of notice that they're there and then take your attention away from them. Any thoughts that might pop into your mind, you can put those on a little cloud and let them float away. They'll be back later. Bring your attention to your breath. Making no changes, just observing as it comes in through your nose, as your chest gently rises, as it gently floats down when you exhale. Do a little body scan here, maybe starting at the top of your head. Bring your mind's eye to the inside of your body. Start to scan all over, maybe starting at the top and working your way slowly but surely all the way down to your toes. Looking for any areas that might feel tight, they might feel dark, they might feel heavy. Any of those things, just kind of make note of, and we'll come back to that later when we do our stretches. Scan that whole body. Then bring your attention back to your breath. This time inhaling fully and completely, expanding those ribs, growing that belly. Exhale, release. Maybe even tighten up on those tummy muscles to press out all the old air. Big breath in. And release. Let it go. We're going to invite some movement now. Let's inhale those arms up overhead, reaching, pointing our toes. Big breath in, and on our exhale, bend into those knees and draw those knees towards your chest. You can hold on to your knees or your shins, and maybe a little rocking from side to side feels good, or maybe stillness is your bag. Taking notice here of our hips as they gently rock from side to side. Keeping these knees elevated, bring these hands down by your side or even out to a T and start to make some circles with your knees, pivoting around your sacrum. Using those tummy muscles, maybe you make big, slow circles or little fast circles. We're going to sneak in a little bit of tummy work here. Just continue making circles. Big breath in. Exhale fully. And change directions. Big breath in. Let it go. You can lower those feet down, sway those knees from side to side. Sort of kind of lining those heels up with your hip bones. Bring those arms down by your side this time. And maybe those palms are facing down. Take a big breath here. Press into those feet and lift those hips up towards the ceiling, tightening up on those glutes and even pointing those knees towards that wall ahead of you. Inhale fully, and on your exhale, roll that spine down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, nice and easy. Draw those knees to your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then reach over and grab a hold of that strap. We're going to bring the balls of our feet into the strap and extend those feet up towards the ceiling. Get a good firm grip on those straps. And flex those feet and point those heels towards the ceiling. Maybe a little swaying from side to side feels good here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to keep this right foot in the strap. Release this left foot down. Maybe that left knee stays bent and that foot just stays here. And then walk both of those hands up those straps until you feel a nice stretch up the back of your leg. And then we're going to hold on to these straps, both of them, in our right hand. Release this left hand down by our side. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, draw this right leg over to the right. And maybe we let this left leg splay out a little bit to the left. Take some time here and breathe. Bend and flex into that right foot. Observing those sensations, feeling those feelings. Gently bend into that right knee, draw it back up to center, and then bring your hand to the outside of that left thigh and just press it, guide it back up to center. And then let that left leg come all the way down, extending completely towards the floor. Switch your grip on those straps. So we're going to hold on with our left hand now and release this right hand down. Bring your attention to this right hip. We want to keep this right hip anchored to the floor. And then we're going to let this right leg just kind of lean over to the left. You won't go very far, but you might feel a really nice IT band stretch here. Flex that foot and press that heel. Point those toes however you like, or both, or either. And then if you want a little something more, we can let this right hip gently lift up off the mat as we guide this right leg over to the left. You can bend into that elbow if you like and make yourself a little kickstand. And then maybe extend this right hand out and turn your gaze to the right. Pointing and flexing that foot. Taking note and observing those sensations. Send a breath right to those legs. Bend into that right knee. Draw it back up to center. Split those straps in your hands. Get a good firm grip. And then we're going to bring this left foot in to meet the right. And we're just going to switch sides. So we're going to bring this, keep the left foot in the strap, bring this right foot out, keep that knee bent, and have that foot planted on the floor. And then walk your hands up those straps until you feel a nice stretch up the back of your leg. Hold on to both with your left hand. Release that right hand. Big breath in, and on your exhale, draw that left foot out to the left. And maybe let that right knee splay out to the right. You can always bend to that elbow. Give yourself a little anchor point here. Flex and point that foot. Inhale and exhale. Bend into that knee. Draw that leg back up to center. Extend that foot towards the ceiling. Bring that right hand to the outside of the right thigh. Draw that knee back up to center and allow that right leg to extend. Switch your grip on those straps. So we're going to hold on with our right hand and pay attention to this left hip. We want to keep this left hip anchored down to the mat as we allow this right leg or this left leg just to kind of lean to the right. Find an IT band stretch there. You'll feel it when you do. And take a moment and wiggle that foot around. Point those toes, flex that foot. Observe those sensations. And if you'd like a little something more, you can allow that left hip to lift up off the ground and let that left leg continue its journey to the right. And then maybe extend this left arm out and turn your gaze over to the left. Point and flex that foot. Great job. Bend into that left knee. Draw that leg back to center. Split those straps between your hands. Once again, get a good, firm grip. And then draw this right foot back up to meet the left. And then we're going to crisscross our straps. Look at this. We're doing all kinds of stuff. And we're going to bend into those knees as we pull on these straps and bring the soles of our feet together to touch. Get a good firm grip on those straps and draw those feet in towards your groin. Maybe a little rocking from side to side feels good here. You choose. For me, I like stillness, but movement's awesome too. So you just do what you need to do. Take a few moments and breathe here. And then slowly lighten the grip on those straps. Let those feet, staying in this bound angle position, let those feet come all the way down to the floor. And then maybe we release those straps. We don't have to move them out of the way right now, but we'll move them in a minute. Extend those arms out to your side. Bend into both of those elbows to make some cactus arms. And then draw those fingertips together. Find yourself in a little bit of a figure 8 here. Take a moment and breathe. Let it go. Big full breath in. Exhale to release. One more big full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Start to bring those hands down by your side. Grab a hold of that strap. Start to pull it out from around you so we don't get caught up in it. Set it aside. Bring those hands to the outside of those thighs and draw and guide those knees back up. And then roll over to one side, whatever side is fine. We're only going to be there for a moment. Take a breath. Exhale. Slowly start to press yourself up. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Good job. So we're going to scoot back a little bit here so that we can extend those legs. Maybe they're not as wide as possible. Maybe they are as wide as possible. Whatever feels right for you. And if you got a little bit of belly here, press that belly towards the middle and grab a hold of your strap. So we're going to bring this strap around this left foot, just kind of around the ball of your left foot, and gather both of those straps up. Sit up nice and tight. We're going to turn our whole pelvis and our whole torso towards that left foot. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. Bring those shoulders away from your ears. Holding onto your straps, you're going to fold forward, bending into those elbows and letting just that heart fold forward. You may not go very far, but you probably feel a nice stretch up the back of your legs. Hey, so take a moment here and breathe into it. Inhaling fully, sending that love right up the back of your calf. And exhaling, let it go. Big breath in and release. Draw those straps together. Start to walk those hands further down the strap. And then we're going to just hold on to the straps with our left hand and extend this right hand back behind you and up and over. Find a little side body stretch here. Breathe. As we inhale, breathe right into those ribs and open them up like an accordion. Exhale, release, let it go. Start to loosen the grip on those straps, drawing that body back up to center. Great job. Let's go to the other side. So we're taking the strap off and we're going to bring it to the other foot, the right foot. And we're going to bring it right around the ball of our right foot. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to turn our whole torso towards that right foot. And we're going to bring those shoulders away from our ears. Big breath in, and on our exhale, we're going to fold forward and bend into those elbows just enough so you can feel a nice stretch up the back of your leg. Give your body permission to let go. Sink that heart down. Breathe here. Gather both of those straps together. Gently walk those hands up. We're going to hold on with our right hand. Let's extend this left hand back behind us and up and over. Find a side body stretch here. Inhale, open up those ribs. And exhale, release. Let it go. One more big deep breath in. And release. Slowly start to loosen the grip on those straps, bringing that body back to center. We're going to pull the strap off of our feet. We're not going to go far with it. I'm just going to set it down for a moment. Bend into those knees, both of them. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Take a moment here. If you've got a little bit of belly in the front, you need to open up some hip mobility. Press that belly towards the middle. And then grab a hold of your strap. Wrap the strap around both of your feet and then crisscross the straps. You see a little pattern going here? Hold on to those straps, give it a nice pull, and that's going to draw those feet a little closer to your groin, but you don't want to go beyond anything that's comfortable. So if this feels uncomfortable, by all means, you do not have to use the strap. You can let those feet extend a little further. But if it feels comfortable, we're going to continue. Sit up nice and tall, holding on to our straps, bringing those shoulders back and down. Big breath in, and on our exhale, we're going to just hinge forward a little bit, pulling on those straps and pulling our body down. We may not go terribly far, but once you feel that hip stretch, you'll know where you're at. Now, if these straps are not working for you and maybe you don't need them, you don't have to use them. You can bring these hands around those feet, and that might give you a little bit of something too. It really just depends on where your flexibility is. So if you're less flexible, stay a hold of these straps. If you're a little more flexible, hold on to those feet. And if you're super duper flexible, you can bring those hands to the floor in front of you. Bring those shoulders away from your ears. And I want you to lean forward and then maybe bring that chin to your chest. Take a few moments and breathe here. Big breath in. Exhale to release. Let it go. Big full breath in. Exhale to release. Let it go. Start to loosen your grip on those hands or those straps. Let that body start to come back up and untangle yourself from the straps. And then just set that strap aside. And we're going to come over to a tabletop posture. So we're going to go to hands and knees. And maybe grab a hold of these blocks. Now, they're always here for you. I like to always have a set of blocks. You do not have to use them all the time. Again, everything I tell you is a suggestion and not a command. But me personally, I got a little short T-Rex arm, so I like to have a blocks nearby. And if you don't have blocks, books work well. Just have something you can put your hand on. I think that's going to be really good for you to have a very successful yoga practice. Come to your tabletop posture. Bring those knees under your hips. Bring those wrists under your shoulders. Round that spine towards the ceiling. Tuck that chin. Tuck that tailbone. Find a cat pose here. Exhale. Sink that belly down. Shine that heart forward. Arch that back. Cow pose. And then return to your tabletop. We are going to draw this left foot forward. And we're going to sink those hips down and low, but we're going to pay attention to where our knee is. We want to avoid having that knee extending over the ankle. So if it is finding yourself like this, you don't want this because this is going to open up a door for greater possibility for injury. So if you feel like that knee is extended over that ankle, just simply walk that leg forward and then shift those hips down. And that way it's either directly over the ankle or just behind the ankle. And we want to let those hips sink down nice and low. And maybe these hands can come to some blocks. Press into those blocks, sinking those hips down. Keep shoulders back. Breathe into your body. Let those hips sink nice and low. Big breath in and exhale. Straighten into that front leg. Let those hips start to shift back. And maybe those toes lift up off the mat. And you can even walk these blocks a little closer to your hips if you like. Sit up nice and tall here. Bring those shoulders away from your ears. Big breath in, and on your exhale, fold just a little bit here. Maybe even release that chin to your chest. One more breath. Start to bend into that front knee. We're just going to shift everything forward, returning to that low lunge. We can bring those blocks back closer. Shine that heart forward. Shoulders are back and down. Big breath in. Draw all of your attention to that very front of that right hip. That little guy is called your psoas muscle. And he is the culprit for a lot of lower back pain, including sciatica pain. So just let that melt down. Send loving energy right to that muscle. Tell it it's okay to let go. It's okay to release. Let it go. One more big full breath in. Exhale, release. Press into those hands. And then we're just going to draw this left foot back to meet the right. And we're just going to switch sides. So bring the right foot forward. Beautiful. We want to shift those hips down and low. Pay attention to where our knee and our ankle is, wiggling around. You are worth the time it takes to make it right for yourself. Let those hips shift down. Bring those hands to your blocks. Shine that heart forward. Shoulders are back and down. Breathe here proudly. Let that body gently open up. Press into this front foot. Start to straighten this front leg. Let those toes lift up and even let those hips sink back. You can walk these blocks a little closer to your hips if you need to. Pulling those shoulders away from your ears. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, maybe we fold forward just a little bit more. Breathe. Excellent. Great job. Bend into that knee. Start to shift those hips forward once again. Bring those hands up. Let that hip sink down. Draw all of your attention to this lower left front part of your hip, that psoas muscle. Send your love right there. Tell them it's okay to release. Let it go. Those little hip flexors are always triggering back pain. So just give your body the time it deserves to release, to breathe. Press into those blocks and then draw this foot back. Meet the knees on the side by side. Draw that foot back to the other one. And sway those hips a little from side to side. Great job, everybody. And now, since we're hanging out on these blocks, I'm going to turn this way, but you stay right where you're at. And I brought my blocks with me so that they're here for me. And we're going to come up on our knees and let us extend this left foot out to the side. And now maybe that left foot is turned so that the heel is pointing up. Maybe that left foot is turned down so that the blade of our left foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat. Either way are fine. So find what feels right for you. Maybe you like it turned up. Maybe you like it turned down, whichever you like. But once you're there, inhale those arms up and exhale, fold forward. Bringing those hands to your blocks or the floor and shift those hips back just a little bit here. You should feel a nice stretch up the back of your hamstring. Come on back up. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, we're going to lean over to the left. Maybe this hand comes all the way down. Maybe it doesn't. It really doesn't matter if you want to hang this hand out here. We're really focusing on this inner thigh muscle and these ribs here. So that is the areas that we're talking to today. Breathe into those areas. Exhale, tighten those tummy muscles. Come on back up. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, bring them down to your blocks or the floor, whatever works. Sink those hips back. Come on back up. Bend into this knee, bring it back to meet its sister or brother on the other side. And we're just going to do the other side. So let's extend this right foot out. Maybe those toes are pointing up. Maybe those toes are pointing forward with the flat edge of your foot parallel with that back of your mat. Either way is a good way to be. Inhale those arms up, big breath in. Exhale, bring them down to your blocks or the floor. Shift those hips back, nice and slow, nice and easy. Exhale, come on up. Inhale those arms up. And then we're going to lean over to the right. Maybe this right hand comes down to our leg. Inhale fully, open up those ribs. Feel those stretches. Exhale fully, tighten those tummy muscles. Come on back up. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, come on down to the blocks or to the floor, whichever is better for you. Shift those hips back. Exhale, release, bring that knee in. Great job, everybody. Bring those knees as wide as your mat. Bring those big toes together to touch. Sink those hips back. Come down to these forearms or reach those arms out and find your heart on the floor. Find whatever version of child's pose works best for you. Take a moment and breathe here. Start to press into those hands. Pressing ourselves up to tabletop just enough to be able to crawl forward and come to a seat. And grab a hold of one of these blocks. Have it nearby for you. And then come back down and lay down. We are almost there, my friends. Find some breath here. Maybe we bend into those knees. Allow that body to adjust to being on the floor. Maybe we sway those knees a little bit from side to side. Return to stillness. Sort of kind of line those heels up with your hips. The yoga police aren't going to come knock on your door, so whatever feels about right is perfectly fine. Press into those feet, lift up on those hips, and grab that block and slide it right underneath your sacrum. And it may take a little time to wiggle it around and find the perfect spot, but once you feel fully supported, hang out here, maybe bringing those arms out to a T. Maybe those palms are facing up. Maybe you like to extend those legs. That might feel really good for you, especially if you suffer from low back pain. Open up that extended supported bridge. Breathe here. If you straightened your knees, you can bend into those knees. And let's cross this right ankle over this left knee. Let this right leg feel heavy. Now, this is it. This is the posture, and you don't have to do anything else. But if you'd like a little something more, you can simply lift up on this left knee. You can reach down. You can hold on to the left thigh, or you can hold on to the right shin. You can hold on to one and the other, whatever feels right for you. And this is the posture. You don't have to do anything else. But let's say you want a little something more. You can extend this right leg up towards the ceiling. Super supported pigeon pose. Take a few moments and breathe here. As we inhale, draw those knees towards our chest. As we exhale, we pull them in, find that stretch. If you straighten that leg, you can bend that knee. Hug those knees towards your chest. Lower that left foot down. Lower that right foot down. We're just going to switch sides. So cross this left ankle over this right knee. Let this left leg feel heavy. You don't have to do anything else. This is perfect. But if you'd like a little something more from this, you can lift up on that right leg. You can reach down. You can hold on to that right thigh or even that left shin. And then you can extend this left leg up toward this right leg up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. If you straighten that leg, you can bend that leg. And lower that right leg down. Lower that left leg down. Extend those arms out to a T. Take a few more breaths here. Now, if you are just loving this and you would like to take your Shavasana with this block underneath your sacrum, you are so very welcome to do that. This is your practice. I am merely your guide. So if you want to have it there, by all means, my friend, keep it there. But if you want to take this block out from underneath of you for your Shavasana, just press into those feet, lift up on those hips, grab that block, just move it out of the way, and slowly lower those hips down. And maybe we slowly extend our legs. Take up some space here. Maybe let those feet splay out to the side. Maybe our arms are splayed out to the side. You're allowed to exist. Take up space. Let your mind start to drift as you absorb all that new energy you created. Start to return to your breath. Inhaling fully and exhaling fully. Bend into those knees. Sway those knees from side to side. And then come to your favorite side. Come into a little fetal posture here. Curl up with yourself. Take a big breath here. Send that breath all the way around your body, scooping up any old energy that no longer serves you, and just let it go. And slowly start to press yourself up. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Join me in your easiest, most comfortable seat. Take a moment, close your eyes. Let the world come back around to you. And when you're ready, draw those palms together to touch right at your heart center. As we give honor to the beautiful culture that gave us yoga, we recite, "The light in me sees and honors the light in you." Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you feel a million times better. If you enjoyed this practice, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell to let you know every time I post a video. And thank you to A Little Twisted Yoga Studios for giving me a wonderful place to teach. And I encourage you to step out and check out your local yoga studios in your area. There's lots of wonderful ones out there, but I'm always here for you at home. So until next time, take care of each other. Bye-bye.